Alright, my friends, so we might not yet. You guys really like to suffer, don't you? You drop the oxalite in there? Really? Don't always assume that you wasted all your resources. Sometimes it's good to assume that the dupes themselves have eaten the resources away from you. Trailblazer should be landing anytime now. Here we go, right on top of a rover. Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today my friends, we are going to continue building our red section over here. We are going to upgrade it with a proper interplanetary launcher. This thing is only temporary and it is time to get rid of it. Create something a little bit more permanent. We should also continue sending as many missions as we can. However, we want this thing because it is time for us to start thinking about colonizing a different planet. Both of these two planets have plenty of useful things for us to have, but before we can set a foot on them, we have to bombard them with a bunch of resources. On top of that, we also need to upgrade our oxalite fabrication capacity, because as you can see, we have less than 100 kilograms of that stuff, and most of our rockets are pretty much dependent on oxalite to create oxygen, which means that until we have the oxalite production going, our fleet is grounded, and that's terrible if you ask me. So we also need to take care of that and, you know, getting the resources from mining operations so that we can also continue to build a bunch of rails, my friends. If we can, like, kinda upgrade our base with a bunch of rails to transport all of these resources all over the place, it would probably help us out a little bit on the long run. Okay, so first step, which is choosing a location for our new oxalite refinery area. It's already done. This area is not that cold, nor is that hot, which means it's perfect for what we want. We'll have two refineries, both of them just working non-stop until the smart storage tells them to stop. Right? Right. Which means that one of the problems that we had is kinda getting solved. We just need to wait a little bit until the dupes build everything that we need. But with that kinda taken care of, I can start thinking about making the permanent interplanetary launcher. First, let's deconstruct this one, because this thing is quite big, and if I want to build the other one just like a few tiles above this one, I need to get rid of this one first. Well, my friends, a few more work orders and this issue is going to be solved. Well, kinda solved. We are going to be drawing a lot of power. Yeah, these things are power hungry and they are going to be running for a little while. Yeah, until we are capable of producing 20 tons of oxalite. That tends to take a little bit of time, but oh well. We have excess power, it's just that our power grid is having some difficulty. Okay, is having some difficulty keeping up with everything. I need to start upgrading our electrical grid as soon as I am able to do so. I have sent the transport rocket all the way into this planet so that we can transport more materials. This time we're just transporting gold amalgam, but still, we have a bunch of useful things over here. Eventually we are going to get to the refined metals, so it is what it is. But in any case, I really need to start thinking about that, otherwise we are just going to keep burning our electrical grid all the time. And here we go, my friends, oxalite production online. So now we have 3 times the amount of oxalite production that we had just a few moments ago. It's just that, as you can see, yeah, that thing is going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry, my friends, but I just feel like these wattage sensor and this power shut-off are going to be working overtime for a little while for now. So funny. Oh well. In any case, now at least we are making use of this oxygen. 26 tons of gold amalgam. What a beautiful haul that we are going to bring back home. Wait, what? Oh, I haven't selected the thingy. I was wondering, what the hell? Okay, let's launch this rocket and take a look at the amount of damage that we are doing to this planet. There is still plenty to mine, as we can see, but I think we are making a good impact. Yeah, we can start thinking about going to other planets, taming other kinds of resources, and then we come back to finish the project. But I would still like to get a few more bits of uranium, even though we are at a good quantity right now. Having a little bit extra would not be the worst thing ever. Alright, my friend, so with this thing now online, right, we can offload the rocket much quicker. Look at this thing going, is so quick. Please, Turner, stop doing that. Jesus, I kinda want to automate your rocket. That doesn't give you the right of emptying out your rocket and creating a situation in which you're going to die, okay? So please stop doing that. It's just unbelievably annoying. But in any case, my friends, you have asked me to explain the automation a little bit better. This thing is quite simple, okay? Yeah, the rocket platform has 3 ports, 2 outputs, 1 input. The input pretty much receives a green signal to send the rocket on its way, and then these 2 outputs, one will send a green signal once the rocket is on the platform, and the other one is going to send a green signal when the rocket is ready to fly. This output reads the checklist, the launch checklist over here. So once all of these ticks are completed, it's going to send a green signal, which means that if you want to automate your rockets, pretty much all you have to do is this. You do this, and the rocket will lift off automatically once all the boxes are ticked in that checklist. The only reason why I did this is because I want to have some control over it, and that's why I have this signal switch. So the signal that is supposed to say everything is ready to go goes into bit 2, right? Bit 2 comes over here into an AND gate, and this AND gate is pretty much that signal plus the signal switch. It goes back through bit 3, which is read by this ribbon reader, and inputs the green signal into this port to launch the rocket. These other things over here are just so that we can control the liquid shut-off over here. So pretty much we read the signal that says the rocket is on the platform, right? That signal plus the signal switch, which we should put green if we want the rocket to go back. There we go. The platform signal plus the signal switch in an AND gate goes into another AND gate. This AND gate is if this is green, plus if the rocket is still not ready. That is going to send the green signal that is going to allow the shut-off to send the petroleum. The only reason why we have this over here is so that we can shut off the liquid thingy, the liquid petroleum, from going inside of the pipes. Should the rocket be ready to go, but not on launch just yet? Let's say that the rocket is ready, but the pilot it's doing things, right? The rocket is not going to launch, and but at the same time is ready. So we don't want the petroleum being sent over there because we might want to send it somewhere else, right? We want that liquid shut-off to be closed, and that's the reason why that NOT gate is over there. So, like I said, this thing is pretty simple, but at the same time, it may look a little bit confusing. Alright, my friends, so we might not yet. You guys really like to suffer, don't you? You drop the oxalite in there? Really? Okay. Oh my god, these dupes, they are going to be the death of me one day. In any case, my friends, disregard that. Let's pretend we are not seeing the dupes purposefully hurting themselves. These rockets might not be at top oxalite levels, but we don't need that, right? The rockets themselves are pretty much topped off. which means we can send them to do a few more missions. So how about we call in a couple of Rocketeer dupes? Let's see, do we have crew for this? We have one Rocketeer dupes. That's it. Really? I thought I had more. Huh. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Harry, please board the rocket and let's go mine a few thingies, shall we? And please deliver diamond to this thing as well. Alright, my friends, so this time we are going to send Harry over here on this rocket. We are going to send him towards the glimmering asteroid field. There is still plenty of mass. The reasoning behind that, I was thinking to myself, do I want to get 20% copper or do I want to get 60% wolframite? Yeah, I think wolframite is probably for the best. I mean, if we have to build our entire network out of tungsten, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? Tungsten is as good as any other materials except for lead, because lead is garbage, and everything else is pretty much the same, right? So if we made it out of aluminum, tungsten, gold, it doesn't really matter as long as we made it out of something. So, given that is the case, yeah, 60% wolframite is more metal ore than the 20% copper, so that's the reason why we are going over there. Of course, that once we... Okay. For a moment I thought there was a problem, but no. Once we reach the limit of what that asteroid field can provide us, we will then move towards other asteroid fields and maybe get the copper ore. I don't know. But for now I just want to get as much as I can out of these trips. But still on the space front, our exploration rocket has done its job, so let's send it back home to resupply. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 journeys away from uncovering the entire map, which is fantastic. But well, my friends, as much as I find this extremely amusing, I have to admit it, we have to move on to other things. So, this thing, like I said, it just got a little bit moved up. It wasn't like major changes. It's just that now any red bolts that don't get absorbed by the interplanetary launcher, because this thing can only absorb 200 rad bolts, it's ridiculous. Any extra ones will be sent straight into the rad bolt engines so that they are not wasted. Everything else is just like it was before. Once we start needing the oxygen, however, we are just going to tap into this line. As we can see, it's constantly full because our dupes barely use it. We can pretty much just input it straight into a gas reservoir somewhere around here, in a place that doesn't overheat, preferably. And yeah, that's just all that we need. And we use a signal switch and a gas shutoff to determine if oxygen should be inputted into the interplanetary launcher or not. Well, Turner, you have done it this time, haven't you? Haven't you, Turner? I mean, technically speaking, it is my fault, right? I should have verified if you were inside of your cockpit or not before launching the other rocket, but still, it's partially your fault, okay? Get inside of that rocket and get out of here, please. I kinda noticed a little bit too late that they were a tad bit low on the oxygen. I think the time has come for us to pop the emergency oxygen bottle. Please pop it. Come on. There we go, explosion of oxygen. They are going to have popped eardrums for a little while, but guess what? Is better than suffocating. Like, you are complaining that you can't go to the bathroom. There is a bathroom over there, it's not controlled. Do not pee on the floor, thank you! And with all of these things distracting me, all of these dupes just doing their best to make sure that we can't just be relaxed for once. No. We have to be stressed out of our minds because of these dupes are just keep on doing things that they shouldn't. In any case, this rocket should get resupplied relatively quickly. Hopefully we still have a good amount of stuff in here and the dupes will stop stealing from Turner. I think most of the dupes want to see Turner die in space, but I would rather not, but well. And once we get this rocket ready, I think that this time, my friends, this time, we probably are not going to go back into this planet. We have already a good amount of resources waiting for us. How about we start dropping rovers? I think that this is going to be the planet that we are going to go. Getting... Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt in my line of thought, but we just got, my friends, all of the researchers. All of them done. Pretty cool. Now, like I was saying, I think that getting some iron is probably a good idea. If we could get some, let's say, a couple of volcanoes stamped, we can start shipping iron out of here, maybe even using the interplanetary launcher, because in here there is nothing other than iron and a little bit of wolframite, but it's not like this is too much that is going to require a full rocket to come over here. However, we might accumulate enough iron that it... What? We might accumulate enough iron that it warrants a visit from our transport rocket. I don't know, we'll have to see. In any case, I want to go over there and drop some rovers. So, you were complaining because you don't have enough fuel? Well, that's natural, you have just arrived over here. So, yeah, Bahe, please leave. And as per usual, she took a little bit of oxalate because apparently theft is something very trivial in this colony. I don't know. Well, my friends, the time for non-stop mining is now. We have to take advantage while we have a bunch of red bolts and petroleum on hand. I'm certain that I'm going to find a way to go through all of them. Bahi, you are being requested over here. So please get moving. We have things to do. Let me just double check. The crew is only her. Perfect. Everything is set up. You can go now. Yep, everything is cool. So we are going to send another radioactive mission, and now I'm going to give preference to the red rockets for now. The reason for that is red bolts are power, and power, well, they are power plus uranium, right? Or radiation. While this thing runs on oxygen and petroleum, which is technically water, and oxygen is also water, so technically this is double water. I don't know, maybe like if you are down to the math, maybe these ones are less efficient than these ones, but in my mind these ones spend less resources to get the same stuff. So yeah, I'm going to give a little bit of priority to these kind of rockets. Well, our exploration rocket is back, and I feel like we are going to send whoever was piloting this one, Ascan. We are going to send Ascan on a mining mission. Yep, this rocket is ready to go for a little while. The interior has been resupplied, and look at that, Ascan came... Oh. Okay, I forgot that thingy. Okay, give me a second. Well, here I am saying, oh, I'm just going to give priority to the red rocket missions, and then I start preparing a petroleum rocket. What the hell am I doing? No. Ascan, come here. You are going to pilot this one. Let's resupply it with red bolts, and yeah, I just have to press a billion buttons. Let's resupply it with red bolts and send it on its way. Now, this rocket, I'm going to send it into the rocky asteroid fields. The reason for that is we already have 2 rockets going over here, and we only have like 30 tons worth of materials, so we are pretty much on the verge of depleting this asteroid field with these 2 rockets, so we need to start collecting from other areas as well. So yeah, that's the area. We have the round trip, everything is ready to roll. Begin the launch sequence, and please, dupes, don't get in the way. I don't want you to get a redify. I just found kind of funny that here I was saying that I should give priority to this thing, because this is very expensive. It's a lot of water to bring petroleum over here, while in this case it's like red bolt machine goes brrr, and we have the fuel ready, so yeah, kinda dumb on my part. Well, my friends, I have another update on the history of broken rovers. Apparently the rover is just broken because I was extremely careful not to give a sweep command to the rover, and still, the rover is bugged. So I suppose that all of the things that I told you before about the rover were wrong. Alright, my friends, I believe it is time for us to start bombarding the ice planet. We have 1,000 kilograms of steel over here and a bunch of rad bolts in storage. So let's select the planet and let's bomb. Wow, that was weak. Okay, so we can send 2 packets before we run out of rad bolts. It's like, really? Well, I mean, technically it's kinda my fault that I didn't made life easier on myself. But oh well, it is what it is. In any case, the steel has been delivered, which means now let's select one other ingredient, like for example, let's say, where is the minerals? Raw minerals. Let's start bombarding the planet with igneous rock. We're going to need that to build a couple of leather. In fact, we have so much. Let's bombard it with obsidian. It's a far better material to make ladders, especially when it comes to ladders next to a rocket. And with the packets on their way, I think we can send the rocket as well. The rocket is a tad bit slower than the packets, so as you can see the packets oh no, they are still in transit. I was going to say the packets have already arrived, but that's a lie. No, they have not. Let's begin the launch sequence. We are just going to deploy a rover. We are going to bring both of the dupes because, well, that's simply because, well, they have grown fond to each other's company. I don't think it would be a fair thing for us to do to separate them, especially on a longer journey. But in any case, we are going to just send a rover so that the rover can start preparing the planet for us to land on it. And yeah, I don't think we are going to land on this planet just yet. But maybe we might just be able to do that before the end of the episode. Well, this rocket came back, resupplied, and is buggering off. Well, I was just babysitting this thing so that we could have a constant bombardment of materials. The resupplyment is now being done rather quickly. Pretty cool. But yeah, now we are constantly bombarding this planet with a bunch of resources. This planet is not that big, actually. So we are going to be a heavily saturated area on top of this planet with materials. Here we go, a few more packets. We have steel and obsidian over here. I'm going to exchange the obsidian with probably something a little bit more useful, like plastic. We also need glass. We need a bunch of stuff. Let's be honest, my friends, I really don't feel like babysitting this thing forever. That's what automation is here for, right? I babysitted this for a little while, and now I'm going to automate this. Now, this thing, once again, is going to look complicated, but it's pretty simple. So, what do we have over here? If we go into the automation menu, we can see that this thing has an output and an input. The input is just, is this thing working or not? So we are not going to mess with it. The output sends a green signal when the red bolt storage is full, and I detected my first mistake over here. I need a NOT gate. We need to do a few adjustments. Just a second. Let's go like this. Bam, bam, bam. We cut this one. Perfect. So, given that that thing over here sends a green signal when the red bolt storage is full, we'll send a red signal which is going to be converted into a green signal when this thing is empty, right? This thing in combination with this thing will request the red bolts. Now, this thing over here is just a timing slash safety sensor, because we don't want to send red bolts when we are sending red bolts over here, right? So we have a cycle sensor over here with the opposite of this one, right? And this one is a little bit bigger. It's just out of safety concerns, so that we don't have red bolts being messed with each other. That would not be a good idea. Now over here we have a timer. This timer is going to pretty much just send a green signal every 30 seconds with a duration of 1 second. This is going to change. I just need to see the perfect timing to have the red bolt chamber fire two red bolts. I don't know how much time does it take. I will have to experiment with that a little bit, and then all the other time is red, because pretty much we want to send just a pulse, pretty much. because if we keep a green signal until this thing is full, we are going to have a billion rad bolts in transit, and we don't want that. We just want 2 rad bolts to be emitted. That's why this thing is here, to emit a pulse. All of that is going to send a green signal, which is then going to go through 2 safety checkpoints over here. These 2 things are duplicate motion sensors that are going to go through NOT gates and then through a filter gate. The NOT gate, this thing inputs a green signal when a dupe is nearby, and we want to convert that green signal into a red signal, okay, so that we stop any rad bolt request that might happen in that time. And that's what the filter gates are here. We are going to give a certain amount of time to the filter gates, enough time to have the dupe either go from up here all the way down here, or from down here all the way up here. This is essential given that we only have detection over here, and we don't want to catch any dupe in transit and bombard it with a bunch of rad bolts. That's why these things are here. So pretty much they go through an AND gate that receives one signal from here, another signal from here, and over here we have another AND gate that receives the signal from here and this output. Pretty much these AND gates are just, if one of these go off, the entire system stops, pretty much. And yeah, then they connect to a rad bolt chamber, which will output the rad bolts themselves. Alright, so while our dupes take care of that, how about we start deploying the rover? Yep, so we have arrived over here, right? We have a bunch of materials. I believe it is time for us to deploy our friendly little rover over here so that he can reach all the stuff that we have. Oh, hello. We have found something over here. I wonder what could it be. In any case, we are not in here for that. We are here. Hello, little rover. I hope that you enjoy cold environments, because this is what you are going to get for a little while. Do I have extract pipe content? Does this work on this one? Nope. Must be exit, in this case empty storage, and I don't think there is a command for that. Oh well. I suppose I will have to press each one of them individually. That was a lot of clicking, let me tell you, but in any case our job over here is done. Let's send our dupes back. They have stuff to do back home, so yeah, let's not linger around at this place. Alright my friends, let's test this one out. Pretty sure this is going to work as intended. Maybe 1 second is not enough, but this is kind of funny, because at times 3, 1 second is enough, but times 1 it is not. Yeah, I kinda just had things connected in the wrong way a little bit, and this thing got active for like 1 second, and it should fire the 2 rad bolts that I mentioned. Interesting. Let's test this one out again, now with 3. Okay, maybe I was mistaken and I saw double. That might occur from time to time. Let's go for 1.5, and I'm just going to increase it slowly and steadily until I get the 2 rad bolts. Well, 1.5, apparently it was enough. Cool, okay, so now this thing is automated. I don't know if the safety systems are going to be enough for to avoid having the dupes blasted by rad bolts, but oh well, hopefully it's going to be enough. Alright, so the safety systems work as intended. 5 seconds is enough to come down, but it is not to go up, so this one is going to be changed into 10 seconds, but yeah, that's pretty much it. This system is now working as intended. Yep, it is working as intended, and that means that as long as the dupes are delivering stuff, which I'm going to stop right now, I don't want to keep bombarding that planet with obsidian, but as long as we deliver stuff to this conveyor loader, this thing is going to request automatically the rad bolts and just send the stuff into the selected planet. Okay, my friends, so things on the ice planet are going along pretty well. Our rover over here has done quite a job. I believe he has already delivered the steel that it is necessary to build the platform, so how about we call in our brave crew in order to send them over here. Wait, stop, what? Oh, the oxalite. Yeah, okay, okay. Disregard that. Well, my friends, while I'm waiting for the oxy, we are having a serious problem with it. Even though we increased our production, we still can't keep up. But oh well. Uh, in the meantime, I've been busy trying to do my best to replace this mess that we call our power grid, and let me tell you, I came to the conclusion that we are in far bigger problems than we first anticipated. Yeah, you can see what I mean, right? This thing is... it looks like a Christmas tree. But in any case, I'm going to do my best to simplify our power grid. We have a lot of things that are just not necessary. This big-ass grid that we have over here, I'm going to do my best to just get rid of it and replace it with these things, the large power transformers. It's going to give us back the materials that we used to make the grid in the first place, and then we use those materials in the forge to convert them into refined metals, which is precisely what I've been doing all this time, converting all the copper into its refined variant so that we can then use it to replace all of these wires. It is the only solution. We can't wait to get all the materials that we need to replace the entire grid from this planet, especially because, well, these two things are dormant, and they are going to stay dormant for a very long time, which is somewhat unfortunate, but oh well, it is what it is. So, in order for us to simplify our power grid, a huge chunk of power spine is going to be deleted. All of this. Until this point, these will have to stay, at least for now, but all of this is going to be eliminated. We are going to move these hydrogen generators that are controlling the levels of hydrogen within these two chambers. We are going to move them over here and transport the hydrogen all the way over there. Minerals are far more accessible than ores, so yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Now for this thing over here, this is what is on the back of my mind. How the hell am I gonna bring power over here? Because I will either have to bring a ginormous conductive wire all the way from over here into over here, or I will have to find space over here somewhere, which seems very unlikely. But well, given that oxalite is one of our main issues right now, how about we start using our red rockets to mine instead of just waiting for the oxalite to be produced? For now, we are just going to use oxalite on our transportation rocket, which is grounded, so that we also don't use it over there, and in our colonization rocket, which is the most important one to have restocked first. Now, these two things need to be topped off in... when it comes to red bolts. So yeah, let me just offload a bunch of red bolt chambers into these red bolt rockets. Alright, so let's continue with our mining operations in space. Yeah, I'm glad that I built these things. Now it was not on purpose, but it is helping us solve one of our issues, which is the oxalite right now, even though the dupes are just carrying oxalite all over the place, which is not ideal, but okay. Well, my friends, if one type of rocket is down, the others are not, so yep, here we go, another double launch, and Joshua is really brave to just walk through there, but okay, it is what it is. And now this rocket is going to stay still because there is nothing for it to do, but we sent the transportation rocket to the other planet. Now there is not going to be stairs or anything for it, but oh well. Turner, the only thing he needs to do is land the rocket and just stay still and don't do anything crazy. Alright my friends, so the cleaning up effort has been achieved. We just created a ginormous mess, but that's fine. Just this was enough to decrease our potential load slightly, which is nice, always nice. Of course that we are not taking into consideration that we have a part of our network unplugged, but at least for now there will be no more damage. Now my friends, given that we need refined materials to upgrade our electrical lines, I think it is time to also upgrade our forge area. We are going to start automating the delivery of all of the materials that the forge area requires. Right now the dupes have to bring the ores into the bins so that the auto sweepers can then input them into the metal refineries. However, by putting a few solid filters over here and then selecting the proper materials in this conveyor loader, we'll be able to just offload all of them in here. So we're going to have this one for cobalt and this one for copper. These two thingies are going to be taken care of by this auto sweeper, because this is the metal refinery of both copper and cobalt. Right, then we have this one for gold amalgam, which then this auto sweeper will put over here. And then we have this one for iron, which then this auto sweeper will put over here. No, in this case over here. This one is for complete gold. And then all the other resources like wolframite, tungsten, or in this case not tungsten, but wolframite, lime, refined carbon or steel will end up in this chute and be organized by this auto sweeper. Okay, so now over here, this rocket is completely full of granite. We are going to bring, I kid you not, 27 plus 12, that's 29, 39 tons of granite. Yeah, well, I mean, it's very useful, okay, don't get me wrong, we are going to need all of it, it's just that we are going to bring only one thing from this journey. Okay, so now we just probably have to wait for like 5 years until 30 tons of granite are offloaded from this rocket. Very well, my friends, the cool thing is this line is already complete, so now whenever we have some metals being delivered over here, they will be then sent automatically into our forge area to be processed. Well, I mean, this explains things. I completely forgot to set a limit to this one. And now I have 20 tons of oxalite in there. Okay, at least we have it somewhere. This should help out a little bit. Let's remove the restriction over there and allow our dupes to just evacuate that thing. Well, dupes, just because we have more than we thought we had, that doesn't mean that you guys get to waste it, okay? Please take care of the oxalite. That is an expensive resource to get, okay? But in any case, this thing is now full. Yes, it is. So now we can finally send this rocket back into the ice planet and get that platform built. I'm really excited about that. So please, guys, get along with this one, please. Oh no, I sent Bubbles by mistake on a mining journey. Oh snap, that's not good. How long will it take? 1.4 cycle. I suppose that we can wait a little bit then. However, we can start by sending this rocket into the other planet, get us more resources. These two are clear, are they not? Yes, they are. Empty and empty. So let's just get out of here and go request a few more resources. Well, my friends, it is time for us to send another rocket. As one comes in, another goes out. I almost timed this one perfectly. I did my best to time this one, but apparently I failed. But now that Bubbles is here, we can call in the crew and begin the launch whenever both of them are inside of here, and we have now plenty more resources to go. This line has not stopped in a while. Okay, we are inputting so many resources into this planet. And off they go! Another launch! Jesus! Now we'll finally be able to keep on having all the rockets go. Finally, the dupes, they really like to hide their stuff. Usually, if you would, like, don't always assume that you wasted all your resources. Sometimes it's good to assume that the dupes themselves have hidden the resources away from you. Well, my friends, given that the starport is opening, time to keep on launching rockets. We are going to launch this one to mine us some more copper and sedimentary rock, and then we are going to launch this one, once Ascan boards the rocket, to go explore space a little bit more. So let's just launch this rocket. We'll take a look at the star map in a moment. I just like to watch these thingies. The like I think I already said this a few times already, the petroleum engine is my favorite amongst all of the rockets. Now we have a drag race going on over here. I hope they don't crash against each other. It would appear that Spirit of Operational is now winning in the lead, but will Experimental Sputnik be able to recover this loss of time? We'll see. Now, in any case, we are going to send the exploratory rocket to now take care of this corner. Yeah, I can't forget about this. I am getting into that stage of the game where I'm just forgetting about keep exploring space. Yeah, I will only have to remember 4 additional times, which is always nice. Okay... This is different. Yeah, it's different because I sent the wrong effing rocket. I am a dum-dum. Holy Jesus, what the hell, base manager. This one was pretty stupid. Oh my lord. What have I done? I sent the progress of Neptune. Okay, let's find that one and send it back. And now Ari has P inside of his suit, which is less than ideal, but that's fine. We unequip the suit. I thought they would use the toilets. Oh, there is no water. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Okay, let's send the correct rocket this time. Yikes. We only wasted a few Red Bulls on this, but oh well. It sometimes happens. Sometimes. Alright, so as Turner arrives with a buttload of igneous rock, our other rocket has arrived at the Frost Planet, which is pretty cool. Now, the cycle is almost over, so we are going to wait a little bit longer before we land our dupe on this planet. Alright my friends, here we go, brand new cycle, so here we go. First we land a rover as per usual. Let's land on that tile over there. And just 1 second, let's go over here, let's witness the landing of that rover. By the way, deconstruct this one. We don't want to have it over there. If possible, of course. Doesn't appear to be possible. Oh well. For a moment I thought the dupes forgot to build the Trailblazer module. That would be terrible. But apparently that was not the case. It was just me being a dum-dum. Now let me just double check that Rivaldo will take the suit. Yes, he will, which is fantastic. Let's slow down, because this is an historical moment. Trailblazer should be landing anytime now. Here we go, right on top of a rover. There we go! Beautiful! Rivaldo, now please proceed to build this thing, like right now. Alright, so let's land the rocket, and then we can't forget to add Trivaldo back into the crew, but apparently our exploration rocket has found something! We found the fire planet. We just landed on the ice planet, and now we have found at the same time the opposite, the fire planet. Pretty cool. The place where niobium lives, and apparently this is a metal-rich world, so we might have a bunch of niobium just laying around. Pretty cool, but let's focus on this. And there we go, my friends, our exploratory dupes have landed on a different planet. Pretty nice. Now we need to build a ginormous ladder all the way down to the bottom of the planet so that we can explore and see what this planet has to offer. Usually there is a cornucopia of iron volcanoes, which is the thing that I'm hoping for. I came in here precisely for that. So yeah, let's build this ladder, explore, and see what this planet has to offer us. However, I don't think we are going to do much on this episode. You know what I forgot to build? Radiation protection. Yeah, our dupes are already feeling the effects of the radioactive environment, which is less than ideal. Hopefully I brought the pills. No, I did not bring pills. Why would I bring pills? But that would be the smart thing to do, obviously, but it's fine. That's fine. Alright, my friends, emergency pill delivery. Let's slow down because we don't want to send the entire colony worth of rat pills. So okay, that's good enough. We're going to send 40 pills, correct? Yep, correct. And of course that's 6 pills, 6.25 pills, whatever that might be, had to stay in here, obviously. Okay, my friends, our overnight delivery is here. There we go, 33.75 red pills, whatever that is. I wonder what a 0.75 pill will do to a dupe, but oh well. This is better than nothing now, at least we have enough to keep them safe for the time being. Next time that we come over here, we definitely need to bring more pills. Oh wow, we haven't yet started digging down too much, and we have found already our first iron volcano. Pretty cool. If we could find like 2 or 3 close by so that we could make a common chamber for all of them, it would be fantastic. But oh well, that wasn't the only thing we found. We also found the temporal tear opener, something that we are not going to mess with for a very long time, but still, now we know where it is, which is just fantastic. But oh well, my friends, this cycle is almost over, which means this episode is coming to an end. We have achieved a lot of things today. I'm quite happy that we had touchdown on the ice planet. It took a little while, we had some troubles with the oxalite, given that our dupes decided to hide it, right, Travaldo? Do you know anything about that? Of course you don't. You are innocent, obviously. These dupes, but in any case, we are here now, and that's all that it matters. We also started our upgrade to our power grid, which is going to take. It's going to be a multi-episode effort. Trust me, my friends. This grid is just ginormous. It's going to take so long to upgrade all of this. It's not going to be funny. But oh well. It is what it is, my friends. It needs to be done, so I think we need to do it on the long run. But in any case, and with all of that said, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.